stepdad decided to do a thing. I asked my stepdad a few weeks prior if he could help me redo the front yard of my home because it was looking like a mess and I was over it. So he was like, let's do it. And of all days, it happened to be one of the hottest days of the summer. But sometimes you just got to push through and get things done. So right now he is wetting the grass so that it's easier to dig up the dirt. The weeds he pretty much kind of just dug into, and I started to rake them up so that we can throw everything away. But that part really didn't take that long. He kind of got in and got it done real fast. And here I am just standing around trying to help out as much as I can. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but he was just pretty much doing everything. And I was just kind of just helping him out as he needed until it was time for me to really get in there and do my own thing. Because the dirt was so dry, it did make it a little challenging to kind of get some of this dead grass up. But again, once you wet it, everything, like really, really, really wet it, it'll make it a whole lot easier to dig and rake and pull out. So here I am bagging up all of everything that's trash so that I can then put the border around everything. And here is I guess you could say, the mesh bedding that's going to hold the mulch and help the weeds stop growing up. It is now time for me to plot my flower. And the flower that I chose was from Home Depot. It's a mandevilla, also called a Dipladenia, and this is known as a perennial. It lasts year round, so it's going to grow back in spring. Right now, I am laying out all of the mulch, and I did have to go back and get several more bags. I only had 3, and I needed about 6. So I took a break, went to the store, grabbed some more mulch, and here I am just laying everything out so it can lay nice and even all the way around. And I also found a hibiscus plant, and you'll see me plant that in just a moment. I wanted to go with a plant that was year-round, so that in spring it can grow back and look just as nice. Annuals are plants that only last for like the spring summer season, and after that they won't grow back. So just keep that in mind. That was something new that I learned when picking out this plant. And here I am planting the hibiscus. This is also a hardy plant and it does last year round. Of course, in the winter, it's not going to bloom, but at least for spring, it will be nice and ready. My stepdad had all the tools. I didn't have anything but a handheld shovel, so it did take me a little bit of time to get this grounded. And the next day, I did have to go back in and dig the dirt a little deeper so that the roots and everything laid a little bit more sunken into the ground. But for the most part, it stayed up overnight fairly well. And honestly, this is one of my favorite plants that I've planted so far. One reason why it's my favorite, because it's more of like a bush, which means it's going to grow tall, and I really don't have to do much to it. Unlike the rest of the flowers that I planted in this area, I did have to deadhead those so that they can be ready for the next flower season, which would be spring. This video I recorded in late July. Right now, it's November, so it is pretty late with me posting the video. And since then, I have changed a little bit of the front area. I added another Dipladenia and a cone flower, also known as an Echinacea. And I will try to post a picture after everything is done so that you can see what it looks like. Here I am completely done with everything, and y'all, the before and after is something immaculate. I was so impressed and pleased and happy. Shout out to my stepdad again for helping me with this. And to just see like my vision come to light was amazing. I did decide to add some concrete blocks so that when I step out of my car, I'm not stepping into the mulch. And it made a big difference. I still love everything. And I also went ahead and deadheaded my flowers so that they can get ready for the next flower season, which will be next spring. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. Peace.